Hi, I'm Paul. I'm from Dalkeith Citizens Advice Bureau under the Aspiring Communities project. Today we're going to make easy to follow recipe of lasagna, and this is items that you would find in your cupboard or your fridge. Hi, well let's get started cooking lasagna. Firstly we have 500 grams of mince. That was in the freezer, it's been totally defrosted. 2 medium-sized onions chopped. 2 leftover peppers that we had from the night before, we made a nice pizza from that. Some mushrooms that was left over from the pizza, just roughly chopped. We've got 2 tins of ready chopped tomatoes, they were really cheap. A teaspoon of Italian seasoning. A teaspoon of pepper and a teaspoon of salt. 3 cloves of garlic, and I just roughly chopped them. Some leftover cheddar, and bechamel sauce for the lasagna, which was really cheap as well, and obviously your lasagna sheets. And so we're going to start cooking. Right, so got a pan on nice and hot. Just add a small amount of oil, around a dessert spoon. Make sure the pan's really hot. So now I'm going to add the mince into the hot pan. Get that all sizzling up nicely, so making sure your pan's hot. Stirring it round, making sure that you're getting rid of all the lumps. So now we're going to add the dry ingredients, which is your Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, and your garlic. And just continue to brown your mince until it's brown. The smell of those herbs are amazing, and the garlic combined. So we're browning the mince off, and it does release some more of the oil, which then helps the herbs and infuses it with nice flavours. So now what we can add now, we can add in the onions, just fire them in, and your peppers, leaving your mushrooms out just now because they take a shorter time to cook. And just stir. You want to come over and have a look. So you can see how that's all browned off nicely now, and it's combined with your onions and your peppers. So now what we're going to add the tomatoes. So 2 cans. And just stir all that round. The reason why I'm using canned rather than the jar one, because the jar one contains 7 spoonfuls of sugar, where this doesn't contain any sugar at all. So the longer you cook your tinned tomatoes, it brings out a natural sweetness to your lasagna, and we're just going to let this cook for about 20 minutes on a low heat. After your 20 minutes on a low heat in a simmer, now you can add in your sliced mushrooms. Now you can either slice these or dice them, it's entirely up to you as it goes into your lasagna mix. And just combine all that together. Do you want to come over and have a look? As you can see, it's reduced slightly and it's got a little bit thick. This is what you want, so we'll continue to cook this for a further 20 minutes on a low heat. Well, this has been cooking away for 40 minutes now, so I'm going to just check the seasoning. Come over, you can see how much the lasagna mince mix has actually, evaporated more and become more redder as it's cooking out. So I'm just going to try. That's nice. So I'm just going to add a little bit more salt and pepper. And just combine your salt and pepper into your lasagna mix. That tastes perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just let that simmer away for a further 10 minutes to reduce it down a bit, and we'll start building our lasagna. That's been cooking away nicely now, so if you want to come over and have a look, you can see how much it's reduced and it's liquid and it's got a much richer colour. The taste is more intensified now it's cooked down. When you're using tinned tomatoes, it's vital that you cook the tomatoes for a long period of time. So I'm going to pop that one on at 180, middle shelf. So get yourself a dish that would be suitable for the oven. This size feeds 6 people, so this portion that I'm making today is for a family of 6. So now we're going to start to build the lasagna. So this, as you know, lasagna is done in layers. So fill in the bottom with your lasagna, making sure you get right into the corners. Get your dried lasagna sheets, and they're really cheap. They were about 60 pence for a big box. And then fill up your layer again. Lasagna is meant to be thinly layered. Just making sure you push it down. This will help when you cut the lasagna. Now for some bechamel sauce. So this is ready made, so it's just pour some in the centre and using a spoon just spread it all over and keeping it into the centre. Build up your next layer. More lasagna. Actually smells amazing. This is a good dish for a family. Lasagna is always a favourite, and spaghetti bolognese. So you're making sure you're pushing it all into the corner, because the steam will help to cook your lasagna sheets. So as you see, that's all layered up nicely. So the remainder of the bechamel, just squeeze it all in. There we go. And then same as before, just spread it all on. There we are, that's done, perfect. And now we're going to add the grated cheese. You can never have too much grated cheese, it's always a favourite. So just sprinkle it all over evenly. And then just get it into the corners, so it's all even. So see, that's your ready to go in the oven lasagna. So I'm going to pop this in the oven at 180, middle shelf, for about 30-35 minutes. So we're going to put it in our preheated oven at 180 now on the middle shelf for about 30-35 minutes. And we'll come back to that when it's ready. Oh, it's been cooking away nicely, so it's ready now, so we're going to take it out of the oven. Oh, you will look at this. And that's your lasagna, perfectly cooked, for the family of 6, and it cost just under £4 because I had stuff left over. Enjoy!